Dude, Sean, your hat is looking good. Where did you get it?
The Grandview baseball team is selling hats for cheap.
I like the black brim, red hat, and white GVU logo. It really pops out.
It is very stylish. Even better, it's helping fundraise for their spring trip.
But wait, don't I have to be on the baseball team to get one of those?
No, you don't. All you have to do to look like me is go buy one from head coach Lou Yasinich. His office is located on campus at the Wellness Center.
Sweet. I'm gonna go get one. Go Vikings. This is Kyana Fuchs, and I'm with 88.1 KDPS, and I'm here with
Saulaman Schlegel.
Solomon. So what exactly is blasphemy day?
Blasphemy, by definition, doesn't solely pertain to religion. It's only about taking something and stripping it of its importance and of its sort of status and letting everybody else see what you think of it. I heard about Blasphemy Day from a couple of my friends who go to UNI. They're in a club that celebrates it very fervently. And I took a campus tour and saw some of the things that were written from last year's endeavor. And I decided to research it for myself. I felt like it was a good idea and wanted to migrate it down here to Grandview campus.
Obviously, you're exercising your right of freedom of speech. Do you feel like as United States citizens, we exercise that right to its fullest extent?
That's a really good question, Kai. I don't feel like we exercise it to its fullest extent. A lot of the things that were said on Blasphemy Day might be considered extreme, but all of them, every single phrase, has its place and has its own importance to it. You can pick and choose any one you want to talk about it, but I saw Jesus loves homosexuals right next to Jesus is not my savior. And I think it's important as young adults to think about these things and to dialogue about them, talk about them back and forth, and only come out with a greater understanding of one another.
Right. So going off of that, how did you feel when you heard that campus security had erased some of the comments that had been written?
Well, I think that we're all adult enough to read the words penis and vagina without getting enraged. But I guess I understand if they want to wipe off some profanity. It wouldn't be my course of action, but I can tolerate it.
Going to a Lutheran school and understanding that we're extremely religious, like where do you stand when it comes to voicing your opinions, or do you feel like students have the right to voice their opinions here on campus?
Well, I think that if a student attends Grandview University and doesn't believe in a higher power, it's not something that they should be looked down at for. They might feel like a minority here with campus ministries and everything. I understand a lot of Lutherans to be very open-hearted and inviting and accepting of everyone, of all kinds of walks of life. But the lack of tolerance shown on Blasphemy Day wasn't something the students who I was with were very appreciative of. And from what I've heard, the faculty members as well were slightly offended by the actions taken.
Do you think that the faculty is too involved in what students do on campus?
No, I think that as Grandview University grows, we accumulate more and more faculty members that are they're so focused on helping the students in any way that they can. I've in just talking to some of the faculty members, a few of them have just told me, Saul, we're so glad that you brought the chalk to Grandview. We're so glad that all this chalk talk is happening, because this is what we should be teaching you to do, is have this discourse and have this openness and try and strive to understand everything that you can.
Well, thank you very much, Saul. This is Kyana Fuchs with KDPS 88.1.
It is 88.1 The Edge, Des Moines Shovel Station. I am Sean, and I am with Kai. You guys can call in at 263-2985 or log on our website at www.kdpsradio.com. Check out the webcam and see what me and Kai are doing here in the studio. Now, Kai, last weekend was a huge weekend here on the Grandview campus. It was homecoming weekend. Did you do anything crazy?
No.
No. You didn't go to the game, you didn't go to the dance, nothing?
I went to the midnight breakfast.
The midnight breakfast.
Yeah, I'm pretty lame.
Classic. I myself, I went to the dance.
No way.
Dance was a great time. You should have went. You missed out. We got what do you call those things? They were like glow in the dark necklaces.
Yeah. I think that's what you call them, glow in the dark necklaces.
Is that what well, you know what? I got one of those. I was pretty excited about that. pretty excited about that. But before that, I was on a party bus. And you ever been on a party bus before?
I've never been on a party bus. What one time I was driving down the interstate and I was behind the party bus and people were mooning me. So I kind of know what goes on in there.
Party bus, it's a great time. It's a bunch of people just packed on. I mean, it sounds awful when you think about it. A bunch of people packed on a bus. It's hot. It's sweaty. But it was a great time. You get to talk to a bunch of people. Music's blaring. You get to listen to all your favorite songs. But besides that, it was a great time. But coming up in our next segment, Kai, Lindsay Lohan, big news regarding her. So that'll be coming up next. Right now, music-wise, is Unthinkable by Alicia Keys here on The Edge.
Hey, you're listening to KDPS 88.1 The Edge, and I'm here with Sean. And we got some information regarding Lindsay Lohan.
Kai, she is going back to rehab.
I'm not surprised about that, Sean.
What are your thoughts on her?
I just, Lindsay is just, I think she loves the paparazzi. She loves attention. She's willing to do anything to get money. She's out of work. I mean, she's a train wreck.
I would have thought, did you ever watch the movie Parent Trap with her?
Yeah. I love that movie.
I would have thought when she was younger, that she was just going to blossom into a wonderful girl.
Yeah.
A wonderful woman, I should say. And it
she had a bright future.
It was almost as soon as she did the movie Mean Girls, her life just went downhill after that. And it's sad because she is a good actress.
Mm-hmm.
And she's been a good actress her whole entire life. And it's just sad to see someone's life like that just go down the tubes.
I agree.
It bothers me. It really does.
Well, when you get on that, when you start doing drugs, I mean, that's what you're gonna get.
Yeah, this is a perfect example of why people should not do drugs. It sends your life just totally down. And now, instead of doing movies, she's going to be in rehab. But coming up next on The Edge is Another Way to Die by Disturbed.
Hey, you're listening to 88.1 The Edge on KDPS. And I have some breaking news. It's pretty sad, though. This teen who is from Indiana, 17 years old, strangled his brother because he wanted to imitate the character on the TV show Dexter. He pled guilty, and he is now going to face a minimum of 45 years in prison. It's pretty sad. That's all I have on Dexter. Next up on KDPS is Bring It Back by 8 Ball and MGJ.
This is KDPS Radio 88.1 The Edge, Des Moines Shovel Station. I am Sean, and I will be on for the next hour. I'm going to talk a little Kid Cudi news, ladies and gentlemen. And Kid Cudi pleaded guilty yesterday for possession of marijuana, or what you call a controlled substance. He pled guilty on Friday, criminal possession of a controlled substance in the 7th degree. He does have to do 2 days of community service, and he has to stay out of trouble for the next 6 months. And if you guys don't know Kid Cudi, he's a very good up-and-coming rapper. A lot of people enjoy his work. It's a shame that this has to happen, but, when you're a celebrity and people hear about the little stuff, it turns out to a big thing. And he did break the law, and we want people to abide by the law. And it's a shame that it has to happen, and I love the guy, but he needs to get his act together. Coming up right now, though, on The Edge is I Should Have Known It by Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers.
Hey, you're listening to KDPS 88.1 The Edge, and I'm Kai. And I was looking through I love PerezHilton.com, and on PerezHilton.com it talked about how Michael Jackson's mother, Catherine, is putting in a statement to the courts saying that she can't live off of $26,000 a month. I just think that's outrageous. I think if I was getting $26,000 a month because my son died, I'd be more than happy. I'm making $8 an hour or $9 an hour working 2 jobs, I probably will never make $26,000, and $26,000 to me will be like 2 years, let alone 1 month. Oh, up next is this is KDPS. Up next is Tighten Up by the Black Keys.
This is 88.1 The Edge, Des Moines Shuffle Station. I am Sean, and real quickly, I'm going to touch a little bit on the Major League Baseball playoffs coming up. Now, I know a lot of people are pulling for the Yankees, and that's fine, and that's well and good. You know what, the Yankees are the Yankees. I'm just talking American leagues right now, folks. You know what, I'm going with the Twins on this one. I think the Twins are going to make it to the World Series. I'm pulling for them. I'm an American League Central guy, as I'm a White Sox fan. So I'm pulling for the Twins, and I hope they get to the World Series. Now, I'm not saying they're going to win, but I hope they get there. Now, National League-wise, I am pulling for the Cincinnati Reds, and I'm pulling for the Cincinnati Reds just because of the fact that they are somewhat of the Midwest, and I don't really root for anyone else. So I'm pulling for the Reds, and I'm calling it's going to be a Twins-Red World Series, and I'm going to take the Reds to win this one, folks. I think the Reds got enough firepower in their pitching staff and in the lineup to do good things in the fall. So I'm pulling for the Reds to win this World Series. But coming up next here on The Edge is California Girls by Katy Perry featuring Snoop Dogg.
Hey, you're listening to 88.1 KDPS, The Edge, and I just found out some sweet information about this new iPhone application called The Situation.
Now, Kai, when you say the Situation app, what is that including?
Well, it's this application you can download on your iPhone, and it's, Mike the Situation from Jersey Shore.
I love that show, by the way.
I know. It includes a workout, a GTL finder, grenade dodger. You can even message Mike on this application.
A grenade dodger, huh?
Yeah. Get this, though. This woman's thinking about suing the people who put out this game because supposedly men went into a club and took pictures of grenades, as you say. What is a grenade, anyway?
Their term on the Jersey Shore of a grenade is I really don't know how to put it into nice terms.
Just say it. Come on, just say it.
Okay. A grenade is what you call, I guess you want to say an ugly girl?
Ugly girl. Okay, so anyway, there's this girl on this grenade dodger game, and she found out that her face was on the game. She's like, dude, that's an invasion of her privacy.
That is true. That is very true.
So she's thinking about suing iPhone and the game because they used her likeness without her permission. Bad thing for the Situation.
Is he?
Bad deal.
Is he getting sued?
I think so. I think he's getting sued. They're going to court, I think, like next month or something.
Okay. All right. Well, I think it's been a very interesting thing, and I'm glad you brought that up, Kai.
Right. Up next on The Edge, 88.1 KDPS, it's like It's Her Birthday by Good Charlotte.
Like it's her birthday.
You're listening to Edge 88.1 Des Moines Shuffle Station. I'm Sean, and I would like to talk a little about a good new TV show. It's not technically new. This will be the second season, but it's on HBO. It's called Eastbound and Down, and the star of the show is Danny McBride, a comedian. He's also been in Pineapple Express, Land of the Lost. He's been in tons of movies, It's a great show. It's about an ex-MLB baseball player that kind of loses his touch and gets released from all the teams he's been on and kind of had to pick his life back up in the first season. But now he's down in Mexico for the start of season 2. He's down in Mexico. He's doing his own thing. He's become an alias under Steve, and he's become a cockfighter, an illegal cockfighter, which are with the roosters and stuff. And this last episode, the first episode aired last night. This last episode, towards the end of it, he finally realized that it's not who he is. He needs to be his original name, Kenny Powers, and become a baseball player again. And it's a very interesting show. It's on every Sunday on HBO till at 9:30 to 10. It's a half-hour show. It's really funny. I think that everyone will enjoy it if you like comedies. But coming up next on The Edge is Hot Toddy by Usher featuring Jay-Z.
All right, this weekend at the Ankeny Dairy Queen, located at 1810 South Main Street in Ankeny, you can stop by from 11 to 11 and buy a Blizzard, and for every Blizzard that you buy, $1 will be donated to Meals from the Heartland. They have flavors from Heath, Butterfinger, Oreo, Reese's Peanut Butter Cup, and Chocolate Extreme. Also, if you wanna do some more community service, you can go to the Ankeny High School on Saturday morning from 11 to 2 p.m. and help pack meals for hurricane victims.
Why drive when you can walk for charity? This weekend at Ankeny Ford, they will be sponsoring a special walk to benefit Shoes That Fit, and that is this Saturday from 9 a.m. to noon. During this event, customers will be given Iowa Cub socks to the first 100 kids. There will also be free balloons and pop for the kids. Also, you can register for a grand prize drawing and all expenses paid trip to Florida. Must be 21 to enter. That is Ankeny Ford this Saturday. They are open every day, 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Saturday. For information, call 555-1764 or log on to their website for charity, www.shoesthatfit.org.
This is Kai at KDPS 88.1 FM, The Edge, and we all know about Bieber Fever. That Justin Bieber, he's that, I don't even know how old he is now, maybe 17, 16, but he's hitting up the charts. But I guess now you can sleep with him, pun intended. You can buy sheets, comforters, shower curtains, and bath mats. This is all coming from Lady Sandra Home Fashion Incorporated. It's going to be in stores just in time for Christmas. It hit stores in November of 2010. Right up next is Mine by Taylor Swift on KDPS 88.1 The Edge.
It is Monday, November 29th, 2010. You are tuning in to KDPS Radio 88.1 The Edge, Des Moines Shovel Station. I am Sean, and I'm here with Kai. You guys can call in at 263-2985. Log on our website at www.kdpsradio.com. Check out the webcam and see what me and Kai are doing here in the studio. We will be with you guys till 8 o'clock this evening. Now, Kai, it was Thanksgiving break. How was your Thanksgiving?
It was awesome.
What'd you do?
I learned how to knit.
You learned how to knit?
Yeah.
You weren't excited about the eating or anything like that?
Oh, I ate turkey for like a whole week before Thanksgiving, so.
You ate turkey why were you eating turkey for a whole week?
I went to like 3 different Thanksgivings.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
My Thanksgiving just basically consisted of me taking a bus all the way to Chicago, which was absolutely atrocious on Wednesday, and it was probably one of the worst experiences of my life. But besides that point, in general, Thanksgiving was good. It was nice to see my family, who I haven't seen in a while, and I love to eat, so the food was good.
That's what's up.
But, Kai, we got a good show lined up for the next hour. We're going to talk a little Kanye West. I know you're excited to talk about that. An interesting story involving Buffalo Bills wide receiver Steve Johnson. And did you know that the Kardashians just absolutely banked on Black Friday last weekend?
I'm looking at it on the screen.
They banked, so we're going to get into that. And, of course, Kai's always interesting weather report. So that'll come up later in the show. But coming up right now here on The Edge is Double Vision by 303. That was Like It's Her Birthday by Good Charlotte. You are tuning in to 88.1 The Edge Des Moines Shovel Station. Calling at 263-2985. Log on our website at www.kdpsradio.com. Kai, you got a little information on Kanye West. Back in the news. What do we got?
Yeah, so Kanye West and Jared Leto collaborated on a song called Hurricane for 30 Seconds to Mars' new album. And they just shot a video that was deemed inappropriate and was banned from the airwaves.
Really?
Yeah.
So does that mean that they have to now, if they do air it, it has to be 10 o'clock or later, right?
Well, right now they're not even willing to play it after 10 o'clock because it's so graphic.
Really?
And explicit, and so they're trying to get them to edit it so that they can play it after 10.
Okay, and it's 30 Seconds to Mars and Kanye West.
And Kanye West.
It's an interesting collabo right there.
Yeah, it's pretty nuts. But I bet you the song sounds awesome, and I'm dying to see the video now.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to try and find that, or you know what? I bet you the video ends up on YouTube for a day or two until it'll be up there. Everything ends up on YouTube anyways, but
yeah. Also in the news, I guess a bunch of celebrities like Usher, Justin Timberlake, and Lady Gaga are gonna sign out of their Twitter and Facebook accounts until they raise $1 million for World AIDS Day.
That's interesting. That's actually, a decent idea. I don't know how many followers they actually get a day and stuff, but I mean, that's interesting because, I mean, it's for a good cause.
I'm pretty sure I'm following Lady Gaga on Twitter.
I don't have a Twitter account. I've never had the effort or time to just put a Twitter account together. I got Facebook, though. I'm on Facebook.
I love Twitter.
But that's good stuff, Kai. Coming up next here on The Edge is Take It Off by Kesha.
What up, what up? This is Kyana Fuchs. I'm here with Sean, and we're doing a radio show. You're listening to 88.1 FM. Call in at 263-2985. So, Sean, tell me a little bit about Stevie Johnson.
Just a little tidbit. Stevie Johnson is a Buffalo Bills wide receiver in the NFL. Yesterday, the Bills were playing the Pittsburgh Steelers, and instead of catching the game-winning touchdown pass when he was wide open, he dropped it. So later on that day, he tweeted, quote, "I praise you 24/7, and this is how you do me," and he was meaning towards God. Now today, he changed his tune and tweeted, "No, I did not blame God, people. Seriously, come on, simply cried out and asked why." He added that he's happy and thankful for yesterday. Without yesterday, he wouldn't have grew closer with the Lord. So, Kai, what are your thoughts on this?
So he dropped the pass and got mad.
And tweeted about like God purposely had him drop the ball.
I don't think that's right.
Yeah, it's not right. And then today came back and kind of backed up his words a little bit and almost basically apologized like he really wasn't talking about that.
So did he lose the game?
Yeah, the Bills ended up losing the game. They could have won. They could have won, but he dropped the ball in the end zone, and then after the game, that's what he tweeted. But I mean, we'll see where it goes on from here. We'll see if he grows from it. But other than that, I think it was a weird tweet.
Yeah.
Said social networking.
Don't blame your butterfingers on God.
Exactly. Coming up next here on The Edge is 1 in a Million by Neo.
This is Kai, and I'm with Sean on 88.1 KDPS. Sean, so tell me a little bit about these Kardashian sisters.
The Kardashians are just straight banking right now, Kai.
Wow.
They average getting $50,000, I guess, sold a day in their store. And on Black Friday, they doubled it. They made $100,000 on Black Friday.
They must be recession-proof.
And that's what the article said. It said they are officially recession-proof. They don't seem to be having a problem getting buyers to come into the store. Now, they do have 3 stores, one in New York, one in Miami, and another one in Calabasas, I think?
Yeah, Calabasas?
Yeah, but it says New York is hands down the most profitable, and this is coming off of TMZ. Now, Kai, would you ever go into a Kardashian store? I know you have strong feelings about them.
I can't stand the Kardashians. They just get things handed to them, and I don't think I could ever afford anything in their store, and their style just isn't really what I would usually wear.
Yeah, I imagine their store is very, very expensive.
Yeah.
But you got to think, though, I mean, you got to give them some credit. If they're making $50,000 a day, they just got to be rolling in the bucks. They doubled it on Black Friday. That's insane.
Yeah. Well, up next, you're going to listen to Whip My Hair by Willow Smith.
Back and forth, I whip my hair, back and forth, I whip more.
Tune in to 88.1 The Edge Des Moines Shovel Station. I'm Sean, and I'm here with Kai, and it's about time for us to head out of here. But before we do, Kai, you got some weather.
Yeah, tonight's going to be a low of 26 degrees. Tomorrow, Tuesday, there'll be a high of 32 and a low of 14, and it looks like it's going to snow.
It's going to snow?
It's going to snow. Thank the Lord, yes. Finally, it's going to snow.
You're excited for snow?
Yeah, I got me some new snow boots. I'm ready.
Oh, God, I hate snow so much.
On Wednesday, it's going to be 35 degrees, and the low is going to be 23 degrees, so you're in luck. Hopefully, maybe it might melt, Sean.
Not with 35-degree weather, I don't think.
It's going to be sunny on Wednesday, and then on Thursday, it's going to be cloudy with a high of 39 and a low of 21.
Yeah, well, I guess I got to get used to it because, I mean, it is winter.
Yeah. It's
or
November.
approaching, at least. And it's going to be
Christmas break's around the corner.
Yeah, it's going to snow. But time for me and you to get out of here. We will be on next Monday from 7 o'clock to 8, so make sure you guys tune in. Till then, for Kai, I'm Sean. Stay classy in the morning.